What's up, you fucking cunts? Make sure to subscribe to watch us collab with famous celebrities like Justin Bieber, Travis Scott, and Drake. So subscribe. Fucking subscribe.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Another day, another video. For today's video, we have strangers rank their intelligence. I mean, if I were them, I would put myself number one, man.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into another episode of Rank. Before we get into our show, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Grammar.
Hey, no, I ain't sponsored yet. I ain't shouting out no, man.
Like, we'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Okay. They look like a good bunch of people.
Should we just like go down and do
intros?
Yeah, I'm Sade, I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
I'm Tyler. I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate, and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee.
Tyler,
I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University,
fine.
and I have a bachelor's degree.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in the biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company, and I also work for a digital ad agency. I got a double major in dance and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to the Loyola
Okay,
Marymount
so these
University.
people know what
I'm
they're
Ray.
doing.
I'm 24. I
Yeah,
graduated
he's
with a
smart.
bachelor's degree in Harvard recently, and I work in consulting.
Oh, you're babies.
I know, that's what I was saying, is age a factor?
Yeah, it gives you like years of experience.
Yeah,
in
like
life.
this,
We need to, maybe it's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem-solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing
Tyler
is probably
knows what
common
he's
sense.
talking about,
Yeah, so
man.
for me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
People, consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like, I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his looks. He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk. Sean, I didn't want to judge him based on the way he looks or dresses or acts, so I was like, I think he's intelligent.
First impressions, I would put him at the bottom only because when I was in school, all the other people with like the bright neon colors and stuff, they were typically the ones doing worse in classes. If we were ranking confidence, I'd definitely put Sean at very first place.
So what is the definition that we're going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. It combines everything.
Does anyone have any like initial?
You can be honest.
Start on that side. I'm done going first.
I feel like I have a good combination of both, like book smart and street smart. So yeah, I think I have some input on that. There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors don't really capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
Besides my
Nice.
education and background, I feel like I have high emotional intelligence, like I'm aware of my surroundings.
As a software developer, my problem-solving skills are obviously top-notch, I think I would say. My whole life, I've kind of had to fight
They're
to
just
be seen as
flexing,
intelligent.
yo.
Like, I'm so used to having to do that as a woman, to just like step up and be like, I deserve to be here. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, "Hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with." And I'm like, what? I'm like,
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a cyber defense specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB
What
before
a
you go
guy,
into the military.
man.
That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information. And I got a 94 on that. It's not an amount of how much you study, how much you know. You're not going to really get better at learning. Does that make sense?
I strongly disagree with you don't get better at learning. The idea that you can get better at learning is a pretty big signifier of intelligence. I'm very much dyslexic. I have ADHD and I'm on the autism spectrum. Dyslexia means that there's a big gap in comprehension. So I was scoring 99th percentile in certain areas and like 3rd percentile in others. I'll never be able to learn another language. I took Spanish for 12 years and I can still basically only order a burrito.
So I have a question. Why did you go to Yale and why did you go to Harvard?
My parents are immigrants from China, and I'm a first generation immigrant as well, and college student as well. My family always really stressed the importance of formal education. For me, that was something that I really strived for.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, we'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
I gotta go 1.
No.
Oh yeah. 2.